So today I want to talk about exercising when you have had pain in your hip joint or knee joint for a while. One of the most important things we can do, obviously, as we get older, is to stay active. I mean, this is key to living long, healthy lives, staying active when we get older, being able to do the things we want. And there's no doubt that when we have hip or knee pain, some sort of joint pain in our lower extremities, being active, exercising regularly becomes very tough. And what I find in my clinic is that many people who have struggled with this, their first line of management is, okay, I won't walk as far, or I won't go on the treadmill, or I won't ride my bike, I won't lift weights anymore. And what happens after time is that pretty soon the person isn't really doing much other than sitting or minimal physical activity. And we know from the research that our general health, being overweight, what is our heart like, what's our blood pressure, what are our blood sugars like, if those are not good, it can make joint pain worse. So in this video, I want to give you a few tips on how to get started exercising when you have joint pain in your lower extremities, in your hip, knee, ankles. So the first thing to remember is that if you have not been active or you've been limited by this for a while, any little bit helps. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to go out and do something for an hour, 30 minutes. What I want you to think about is your cumulative activity during the day. It could be 5-minute chunks spaced throughout the day. Could be a couple minutes walking here, rest for a bit, couple minutes throughout the day, but think of trying to get 30 to 60 minutes of physical activity during the day. And to begin with, it's totally cool to break it up into smaller chunks. Number 2, find an activity that you can tolerate the best. For some people with hip or knee arthritis, that might be pool exercises. If walking hurts a lot, it might be riding a stationary bike. If biking bothers your knee, maybe try walking. If walking hurts, try elliptical. So try to find something that you tolerate the most, or possibly what you enjoy the most. Then when you find this, what I want you to do is we want to find your limit. Like, how long can I walk before my knee starts to get sore? So if you enjoy walking, you enjoy going with friends, and you enjoy being outside, find a time that you can go, say 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and your knee starts hurting. And that's what we want to base all of our future walks off of. So if you walk 30 minutes or 20 minutes and your knee starts hurting, you find that you're limping, then the next few walks you're going to do, you're not going to go that long. So we're going to start at maybe 10-minute walks, maybe a couple of times a day. And when you know you can tolerate that, then you'll bump it up to like 15-minute walks, okay? And with time, that joint that's been painful and sore will gradually adapt to the activity you're doing. And pretty soon you'll be able to tolerate that 20-minute walk. And then you can gradually bump it up to 20, 25, right? 30, and so on and so forth. This is the experience that I went through with my knee in regard to walking. I had to start really low because anytime I tried to go longer, my knee would become painful and swell. So I just backed it off for a number of weeks and gradually built. So start underneath that time that you can tolerate. Number 3 is you got to give it time. Okay, so this is a process. Excuse me. Your knee didn't get like this overnight. It's not going to get better overnight. So by doing a little bit here and there, your body will adapt to what you're trying to do and will gradually begin to become less sensitive to the activities that you want to do. This may occur over a couple of weeks. This may occur over a couple of months. When I first started trying to walk for exercise, like I said, I had to cut back to 20-minute walks without my knee swelling up. But in 2.5 months' time, I was up to being able to walk a mile or an hour and a half without it aggravating it. So that's the type of time frame that we're talking about. So just give it time and be patient. And then lastly, as part of an exercise program for your painful joint and for living long and healthy, you want to try to include strength training for the musculature around that joint. There's been a lot of research that shows that getting the muscles around a painful joint really helps support the joint, helps it tolerate more activities. Now, I'm not going to go into any more detail on the type of strength program that you should do, because it will be very individualized depending on what your body will tolerate, what your knee joint will tolerate, what your hip joint would tolerate. If you're interested in that, if you want to find out more details, I'd be happy to talk with you. But in general, strengthening along with some sort of aerobic activities, whatever you can tolerate, starting slow, starting short times, will be beneficial for you in the long run, not only from a joint health perspective, but also from a living longer, living healthier perspective. All right, take these tips, give them a try, and as always, contact me if you have any questions.